Let us play a video game.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin. Although the coal has dirtied his face and hair, it looks suspiciously like Steve.
Just a moment. I just need to quickly adjust some volumes for myself, because
Several gunshots ring out close by. You can barely hear anguished cries and shouts over the roar of the furnace. You'd better get moving.
Should I now? Let's go ahead and restore the save state so we don't... Well, you know what? I would like to do a die. So I can't wake him up.
Steve, being the large, unconscious type stevedore he is immovable in his current unconscious state. And he's got coal all over his body.
I literally have smelling salts. Like, I actually literally have smelling salts.
Smelling salts. While this is an interesting approach...
What do you mean it's an It's literally the point of this thing!
While this...
Do I have to open the smelling salts or something? Give him a whack with the shovel? I should.
The surface feels grainy, kind of like hard salt.
Are smelling salts? I thought smelling salts was like, always something dissolved in a liquid.
It's too heavy. You don't have room for it in your purse. It's not yours. You can't do anything with the shovel. You have more important things to do than use the shovel. Besides, the shovel is rusted into place.
It's like 6 different lines just glued together there.
You have more pressing matter. This isn't a good shovel. The grate covering the drain.
Okay, well, can't do anything in here, apparently.
And you don't have the proper key. The stone resists your best efforts to move it. This may be too...
You don't have room in your purse because the mummy is taking up all the space, says Speculated Chat. That's right. I did pick up a mummy last time.
While this...
I mean, honestly, how can it not be the smelling salts? Do I need to use the snake grabber to pull him out first?
While this is... Several gunshots ring out close by. You can barely hear anguished cries and shouts over...
I tried, Nettie. It won't let me.
You'd better get moving.
I tried last time to Cinderella him with the boot. I even used the verb Cinderella.
While...
Oh, there's background sound now. Grapes. That'll wake him up. Glasses. That'll wake him up.
While this... A bottle of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake.
Mix them with the snake oil, suggests Speclad. Oh.
While this is...
Stab him. That'll wake him up.
While this is...
Stab myself.
While this is an...
Just stand by the entrance so that we can get killed. There it is. Wake up, Steve. Oh, he has a gun now. You'll get nowhere with that holier than the... Ha ha ha, I get it. It has more holes now.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin.
Maybe I have to... Well, I had to move some coal.
There was silence supreme. There's an unconscious... That's... Steve being the last... Steve...
Okay, now that I've uncovered maybe his face, can I do this? Oy vey. I had the right idea, just the game is stupid.
Several gunshots ring out close by. You can barely hear anguished cries and shouts over the roar of the furnace. You'd better get moving.
Okay, now we Cinderella him.
While this...
What? Then what order did I need to do this in? Do I need to wake him up again?
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
Yeah, it's been in the coal. Gross.
Don't touch... Silence. It is better. While...
Is he dead? What happened?
Steve appears to be in great pain.
Oops. Well, I couldn't use my anti-pain juice. He forgot his gun this time, but it's fine. Oh, there it is. He fatally stepped on a Lego brick, says Glad in chat. Well, I mean, that does follow with what we saw, so can't disagree. Okay, unbury him. I don't know, then put his boot on?
While
Then interact with his boot in some way.
It's like worn leather.
Okay, then put this shoe on him. That'll do. Just has to be a shoe, right?
While this is...
Do I put the boot on the ground so he steps into it or some such nonsense?
While...
No, I can't interact mid-cutscene here. Oh, okay, the reason he spent so long there is so I could do this.
Oh, my head.
Yes, Steve. I was so worried about you. Are you all right?
I think so. As I turned around, somebody slugged me. Cripes, my head hurts.
They must have dumped you down the coal chute. Let me see where you were hit.
I'm all right.
Honestly, you men can be such crybabies. Do you think you can walk? We have to get out of here. Somebody's been murdering everybody in this museum.
Somebody's been murdering everybody.
I can make it. I'm with you. Where do we go?
Good question.
Let's climb in the furnace. We'll be safe there.
It's slippery.
He's so slow. How about this escape hatch? We can go that way. Don't close it, though. Make sure that it's really clear where we went.
While this is...
No. Do this. That's poisonous snakes. But I think I'm out of snake oil. Oh, apparently not. What did that do? Oh, they hates it. They hates the snake oil. I was out of snake oil before, but I made some from nothing. I made it appear out of nowhere. Can't save, of course. Why would we be able to save? Make sure you get snake oil on your boots. That'll be good.
You hear the sound of gunfire from the direction of the furnace room.
Are these...
Like someone's chasing us, Laura.
Are these rats? Are these badgers? What are these?
A ravening swarm of enormous wharf rats are scurrying...
Wharf rats? What would wharf rats want? Obviously, moldy cheese.
The rats devour the cheese in a split second. It only made them hungrier.
Well, I guess we get it. Wow, they are efficient. Yep, Speclad. You know that episode of TNG where they all devolved? Worf was turning into one of these rats. He would have eventually gotten there. One of the worst episodes of TNG, which has some real stinkers among the episodes. Okay, snake oil.
While this...
Why is the dude in the coal? Asks Joshua Van Whitman, who is apparently very, very far behind. He's not. He was, you know, going for a drunkard nap, basically. So the cheese just made them hungrier, but maybe I can poisson the cheese or something?
You hear the sound of...
Oh my god, there are gunshots. Can I poisson the cheese somehow? What do I have that might poisson the cheese? Grapes. Everybody knows rats hate grapes.
Odd-looking hair. Long red hair. Odd...
This was the animal hairs, right?
Some kind of an animal. The thigh bone from a young Tyrannosaurus Rex who no longer has any need for it.
So you just stole it because stealing from museums is A-okay. Here's the dagger charge, suggests Speclad. Brilliant. Van Whitman seems extremely delayed. It's fine. Everything's great. Wow. Maybe I need to combine something with the cheese. Put the hairs in the cheese. Do everyone knows that rats hate grapes?
While this...
Smelling salts will poison rats. Bone the cheese. Melt the cheese with glasses. Well, can't read that, Lucy in chat and chat. Maybe it's the snake oil again, suggests Becklab. Is it poisonous to rats? Nope. It also could be that this does not involve combining things, and I'm just assuming.
While this...
It says the Minix boy, says Becklad in chat. Is that so? Can we just leave? Can we just go? Can we just not deal with this? Goodbye. I can't... What? I'm in no... Oh, okay. I guess I can only walk forwards and get at. Good. Perfect. Why did the snakes not deal with the rats? We just sent like a swarm of snakes this way. Pretty sure snakes would eat rats. Raccoon is the closest thing to a weasel in the Twitch emotes that I have access to, says Lucy in chat. I see. They're in cahoots, says Speckle, of the snakes and the rats. Yeah, it seems likely. Seems pretty likely to me. Okay. I don't know, do I? Is it possible that the game would have let me... Wait.
While you quickly reconsider this panic-induced response when you realize that there are far too many...
Exactly, Nettie. Would this game have allowed me to just miss the rat poison and simply not have it? And I think the answer is probably yes. That would be very Sierra, but this seems a little bit late for Sierra to pull that kind of bullshit. One way or the other, I'm not convinced that it's going to be on this screen. So I'm going to at least get rid of the snakes the way I have before. Why? Wait! There's Egyptian written on the walls, and I have, like, the world's stupidest guide for converting between idiot Egyptian and English. So it's just, let's just quickly get out the old cluerinos. Okay, let's see. B, chick. Do I seriously not have... Okay, we're gonna use this method then. Really annoying.
It's your...
Check. U. BU. Something. Good. Very efficient. BU. Y. Oh god, it's just gonna be by Sierra Games. That's it. It's gonna be by Sierra Games. S. I-E. R-A. Yeah, that's G. That's A. I assume that's... Yeah, it's by Sierra Games. God damn it, Sierra, you bastards. You made me sit here and translate your, like...
The sound of... furnace room.
Ad. By Sierra Games is a hint. It's a hint that this puzzle is bullshit, says Becklad. Oh. Talk to them.
The rats are squeaking, but they don't seem to be trying to tell you anything.
Interrogate the rats. You can throw a shoe at the rats. That makes a certain degree of sense.
While this is...
I tried graping the rats. Didn't try this yet.
While this is...
Didn't try boning the rats. Always bone rats. Oh, throw the cheese past the rats, suggests Specklad. Oh, that would have just never occurred to me for some reason. I could have sat here for hours and never figured that out.
You watch in relief as the last of the rats scurries out of sight. You can barely smell an unpleasant odor, like burning hair.
Oh, burning, so like this is a furnace or something? We were just in the furnace. And dead. That was normal motion. That was all fine. Lol. What? How? What? No part of that made any sense. Yeah, get out of my way, jackass. What, was I not fast enough because I was too busy being stuck behind an idiot? Oh, I'm supposed to click this and have him get et. That's it. I understand. That's what I thought was going to happen at the very beginning of this scene. I understand now. Da-da-da-da-da! Oh my goodness, a scene we could not or an angle we could not possibly look at. There's another act? What? This is presumably just going to be like closing up. The coroner's inquest!
With a little more effort, you'll be the best investigative reporter Tulane ever graduated.
So, you didn't do that well in that section, but, you know, you could.
Coming to this inquest, Miss Bow. As the coroner on this case, I'm going to informally question you and study the evidence you've collected. If you assist me in developing a case, the perpetrators will be tried in the formal court of law. We're primarily concerned with the museum murders, but we're also interested in the theft of the Dagger of Amon Ra and other matters that may have a bearing on this case.
I mean, I literally have the dagger.
Examination of the corpses has been fruitful, but I need more evidence to build a case. Any information you can give us would help, but you must justify your conclusions with the evidence you've acquired.
Oy vey.
Accusations and unsupported conclusions will not be tolerated. Although I don't wish to pressure you, your employer is also here to judge your performance on this investigation. Since this is an informal proceeding, I've allowed it on the basis that your newspaper will cooperate with our wishes. Now, to the questions. Who murdered Dr. Pippin Carter?
I have no idea. I have no idea who murdered Dr. Pippin Carter. My best guess would be Dr. Smith. Time to whip out the roulette, says Vecla. Oh. If not Tut, then the most likely second person, I guess would, well, no, I don't think that Countess Watercloset would have actually killed anyone. I do believe her when she says that, you know, she was just trying to be a thief. I don't even know who some of these people are, says Speculate in chat. Yeah, I don't know who Watney Little is. It doesn't even let you just say, I don't know. That's literally not an option. Well, a motive. Had a bad day. Revenge, essentially.
Who murdered Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld?
No clue. Absolutely no clue. Who was Countess Watercloset working with? I thought that I was collecting a pretty decent collection of clues, but I have literally no clue on any. I think he killed himself and then hung his head in that place. Oh, I'm not an option. I can't say me on any of these. That's unfortunate. Probably Olympia. She seems like the type. Probably Thrill.
Who murdered Ernie Leach?
I mean, we saw Miklos right next to his body being all casual about it, and he did smell like goo. So probably this one might actually be correct.
Delacroix.
I have no clue who murdered Yvette. Who had the access to the plastering stuff? Ernie Leach, I guess. Blame everything on the detective. He was a douche, says Vecla in chat. Can't disagree with you. I hate that it doesn't let you say you don't know. Ernie Leach, probably. Fear, self-defense, to protect a loved one.
Who murdered Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
Me. I did. He is a professional killer. Self-defense.
Skeleton found in the steamer trunk.
Oh, who was the skeleton found in the steamer trunk? Well, it has to be the one person who isn't on this list because I didn't actually see them.
Who actually stole the Dagger of Amon Ra from the Ancient Egypt exhibit?
I have literally no clue. I know where I found it, so it could only be either Ernie Leach or Miklos. I'm going to blame Ernie for no reason.
A woman involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery.
Countess Watercloset.
Based on what we now know, your assumption is correct, Miss Bow. Good work. Who was the man involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery?
Does that mean I got literally one correct? He gave me one good? Okay, what man was stealing shit? Probably Ramses.
Based on our own investigation, your conclusion is incorrect, Miss Bow.
Oh.
Two of the men who were murdered were involved with one of the female victims in a plan to steal the paintings. We have a report on that woman telling us she appeared at an appointment in the medieval armor exhibit
Ziggy.
after the party.
Yeah.
She was unaware that her partner in crime was dead at that time.
So for everything else, they had no information either, I guess.
She'd been confronted at that time with evidence that her partner was dead. She might well have confessed to her crime. Who is the high priest of the Amon Ra sun worshippers?
That was Ramses.
That's correct, Miss Bow. You're very observant. Which museum employee runs a fencing operation as a sideline business?
Who ran fencing? I feel like Dr. Carrington seemed pretty douchey and might have done so.
Incorrect, Ms.
Nope.
Bow. If I were you, I would have looked through the garbage in people's offices. Trash cans are often a good source of clues.
I feel like a few of these I
Please
just
remember in the future that you're a reporter.
didn't remember things.
By interfering at crime scenes, you make it much more difficult for the police.
Oh, I know who it was. Yeah.
Not only are your conclusions based on unfounded guesswork, you don't even have any evidence to back them up. By your presence at the murder scenes and your destruction of evidence, I'm tempted to conclude that you were the murderer.
Yep. Probably.
Neglected to thoroughly question all the suspects, and you missed important evidence at the crime scenes. Although you discovered the Dagger of Amon Ra, you have not arrived at conclusions about the theft that make any sense to me. I believe the theft involved 2 people, one of whom must have been on the museum staff. Because of you, a murderer is running loose in this city, free to kill again. I hope you're proud of yourself, Miss Bow.
Don't his arms hurt from holding them like that for so long? It says in chat. Why would any of this have been my job? Why? I'm not. I'm a reporter.
The skeleton was so nicely cleaned by the domestic beetles, Dr. Carrington's bones will soon be hanging on display in the Leyendecker Museum. Yvette Delacroix died plastered. Her remarkably lifelike statue now lives on in the Old Masters Gallery of the Leyendecker Museum.
Vile.
Her memory lives on in the minds of all she touched. Her sculpture is attributed to artist unknown. Dr. Pippin Carter, wherever he is quite displeased. You did not recover the Dagger of Amon Ra, nor did you find...
Yes, I did.
Therefore, Pippin feels it is only fair that he should haunt you for the rest of your life. Indirectly, as a result of your total failure, Wolf Heimlich was fired from his job as Chief of Security at the Leyendecker Museum. 1 year later, still out of work, he committed suicide in military fashion by falling on his sword. Having died in the course of this story, Watney Little's life of crime came to an abrupt end. As he was not a nice man, nobody missed him. After Wolf Heimlich was fired from his
I will,
job as
Josh.
Chief of
I will,
Security,
Van Whitman.
Dr. Olympia Miklos moved to Montana to do full-time field research in paleontology, digging in the rich fossil beds she found there. Her greatest find was the carnivorous Olympiasaurus dinosaur. As fond as he was of the Leyendecker, Ernie Leach noted in his will that he wanted his body donated to the museum. His body now resides in numerous small jars of alcohol, which will be placed on display in the new Hall of Internal Biology, adjacent to the Hall of Late Mammals.
Hooray.
Since the Dagger of Amon Ra was not recovered,
It was! I have it!
Tut Smith was forced to commit suicide with a fake Dagger of Amon Ra from the Leyendecker Museum gift shop. After losing his head in the museum, Ziggy found himself unable to continue his criminal career.
Wow.
His head has been preserved and is now on display in the Life Mask exhibit at the Leyendecker Museum. Ramses Najir continued his successful career as an accountant and as head of the secret Egyptian cult of Amon Ra. With his strong high society ties, his accounting business made Ramses a millionaire in 15 years. Having died from a snake bite, the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carleton did not live long enough to inherit any money from her last husband, Sterling. Extremely unimpressed by your total failure as a reporter, Sam Augustini fired you. Later that same year, he was
Reporter means investigator, right?
of the Dagger of Amon Ra and died from his wounds. He blames you for his death. Since you were fired after your total failure at the museum, Crodfuller T. Rhubarb continued the investigation, found the Dagger of Amon Ra and the murderer, and won a Pulitzer Prize for his excellent work.
Good for him.
Henri Lamour, the coroner, continued his successful career studying dead bodies for the next 50 years, finally retiring in 1976 to tour with a rock band, the Ungrateful Dead. Low Fat continued in the laundry business,
Wow.
eventually opening a chain of low-fat Chinese laundries across the country and becoming a millionaire in the process. Detective Ryan Hanrahan O'Reilly continued in his job and became a full-time homicide detective. Having amassed a small fortune by being frugal, he retired to Ireland 3 years later. Steve Dorian was quite upset by the unfortunate event that happened to you later that night. Stunned
What?
by your total failure and the unfortunate event that occurred to you later that evening, John Bow spent his remaining years in a New Orleans mental institution. After you gave it away, the Dagger of Amon Ra vanished. 20 years later, in 1940, it mysteriously appeared on the doorstep of the Cairo Museum in Egypt. There was human blood on the blade, as if it was some kind of a message.
And that evening, I done did get killed.
You had your chance and you blew it, Laura Bow. This is what happens to interfering reporters.
Huh. Okay, we reached the end of the game. I can't say we won. I feel like most of those we had the clues for, I just didn't remember after weeks. I hoped it was Humstava. Oh, wait, you can't see it. You can't see it. He's here. He's here. The Ferret. The Ferret is here. He's behind me. Wow. Rat. TGE. No clue what that stands for. Unless that was just a typo of the. Excuse me. Mustela altaica. Oh, I'm after him with an axe now, huh? Curl, huh? Oh, carry. That says carry. That's an I. Thanks for configuring it, y'all. Oh, more people. Wow, so many people configured this game. I thought that, you know, when I configured it to use VGA graphics and MIDI and Sound Blaster sound, but I guess those were the ones who configured it. Oh, we get to learn who is. Thanks, Josh Mandel, for your... Henri Lemort was also Josh Mandel, and so was Crodfaller and Rex. And Rocco the Taxi Driver. No wonder they needed to, Pat Murphy did all the screams and moans, okay. No wonder they needed to fake his voice and needed to pitch shift him. He did every voice in the game. I mean, it just kicks me out. Okay. I'm just gonna make some different guesses about what happened and see if I can do a little bit better here. I hate needing to click through all of this just to be able to load. I hate needing to click through all of this just to be able to incriminate people. At least let me click through, game. Okay, let's make smarter guesses.
With a little more effort?
Thank you for coming to this. We're primarily concerned any information you can give, although I don't wish to. Who murdered Dr. Pippin Carter?
Okay, who murdered Pippin Carter? Probably that would have to have been Tut. That just seems so likely. Nobody else gives a shit. Do I have any evidence for anybody else? Whoever killed him moved his body, which is super weird.
Who murdered Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld?
So Countess Watercloset was supposed to meet Ziggy to fence stuff. But who murdered Ziggy? Tut killed nobody, it seems, says Van Whitman in chat. So, he only started, only after all of the murders did he start, giving me a yes or no. Sure, why not?
Who murdered Ernie Leach?
So Ernie Leach was liquid gooed and laid across the thing, which pretty well suggests Miklos. Thrill.
Who murdered Yvette Delacroix?
Who made her into a statue? This one I truly have no clue on. None whatsoever. Has to have been somebody that was alive when she died. Probably Ernie Leach. He had access to the stuff. Oh, wait. Jealousy. Of course.
Who murdered Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
Okay, who killed Water Closet? I truly have no clue on this one. Oh yeah, Van Whitman, we did find those bits of hair. That's pretty suggestive. Who killed Countess Water Closet? I have no clue. I don't know. I don't care. Oh yeah. That's right. It was a snake bite. But I don't think it actually was Miklos, even though she was quite indifferent about it.
Who was the skeleton found in
Grab random things. I have no clue which skeleton that was, and now, like, all of these people were alive. Well, I guess it was supposed to have gotten pretty fast, right? Sure, why not?
Who actually stole the Dagger of Amon Ra from the Ancient Egypt exhibit? Who manipulated Watney Little into stealing the Dagger of Amon Ra?
Probably Countess Water Closet, because they were working together.
Who was the woman involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery?
Countess Water Closet.
Based on what we now know, your assumption is correct, Miss Bow. Good work. Who was the man involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery? Based on what we now know, your assumption is correct, Miss Bow. Good work.
Good work.
Who was the middleman who provided forged paintings for the Countess and sold the real ones for her?
It's gotta be Ziggy, right?
Based on what we now know, your assumption is correct, Miss Bow. Good work.
Good work.
Who is the high priest of the Amon Ra sun worshippers? That's correct, Miss Bow. You're very observant. Which museum employee runs a fencing operation as a sideline business? Incorrect, Miss Bow.
Damn.
If I were you, I would have looked through the garbage and...
Whose office was that we found
off in a good
that in the garbage?
Miss Bow, please remember in the future that you're a reporter, not a detective. By interfering at crime scenes, you make it much more difficult for the police to do their jobs.
Yeah, really. We did take a lot of evidence.
Based on unfounded guesswork, you don't even have any evidence to back them up.
Yep.
By your presence at the
I don't think we even did any better.
evidence, I'm tempted to conclude that you were the murderer. You neglected to thoroughly question all the suspects, and you missed important evidence at the crime scenes. Although you discovered the Dagger of Amon Ra, you have not arrived at conclusions about the theft that make any sense to me. I believe the theft involved two people, one of whom must have been on the museum staff. Because of you, a murderer is running loose in this city, free to kill again.
Oh, well.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Miss Bow.
I am. I think that,
Since his skeleton was so nicely cleaned by the beetles,
the, like, style of investigation in this game is just a little bit wonky, just a bit wackadoo. Like, I get it, and I don't dislike this game at all, but I do think it's, you know, not for me. It's not my genre of game, and didn't, the thing I like most about this game is how truly awful the voices are. The voices are stunningly bad, and I love that. That's great.
Therefore, Pippin...
But yes, I think even though I have not solved all the mysteries, I'm not going to go back and try and solve them all. And instead, we're going to move on to a different game.